Hello and welcome, it's Tholo, and today we are playing Pokemon FireRed. As a famed bird keeper, we will follow in her journey in becoming the Kanto champion and finding out if you can beat Pokemon FireRed using bird Pokemon with no items. As always, in a challenge run, there are rules. Only flying Pokemon can be used to fight in battle, and this means strictly flying at first stage evolution, so no butterfree or gyarados. Additionally, I won't be using items in battle. I still need to use HMs, so I will be making friends along the way to help me with that. As always, please like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, it really makes a difference. Now on with the show. So I start by naming ourselves Birdie and our rival is Snacks, for no other reason than I was thinking about food when I named him. I picked Charmander as our starter and called him Sorry as I'm deeply regretful that I'll have to waste him soon. Sorry then takes it like a champ as I refuse to attack Snacks in our first encounter. We collect Oak's parcel in exchange for a Pokédex and Pokeballs, and off we go to catch the first Pokemon we can actually fight with. Of course, Pidgey is the first flying type Pokemon we encounter, so we pick one up and call it Smushums. I instantly make my way to the Pokemon Center and take care of business by sending Sorry on his way. Next is to capture a Spearow on Route 22. Which was a simple task, and I call him Stabby. Next up was the first true rival battle. I've already leveled Stabby and Smushums to a sufficient level to clear easily, Smushums doing most of the work. I clear through Viridian and head straight for Brock's gym. Flying vs Rock wasn't a great start for us. With weak attack and low defensive capabilities, it turns out Brock isn't going down without a fight. After a few growls and a sand attack spamming, we managed to edge a position to take down his Geodude. On it comes out and ends our run instantly. I go and grind up some levels, evolving Pidgey into a Pidgeotto, and begin with sand attacking Geodude with Smushums before barraging him with Fury attacks from Stabby. Luckily, Geodude skipped leg day and eventually goes down. Onix comes out and we initiate a similar strategy, spam sand attack. Onix has only one rock move, which is Rock Tomb, a base hit chance of 85, so sand attack was really doing work. Once we had lowered sufficiently, we executed our attack strategy, attack fast. I had stacked the dice in our favour and was approaching a kill before Smushums tagged out for Stabby, who brought down the giant rock snake. I caught another Spearow to trade in Vermilion later, then head over to Mount Moon where I'm attacked by a Zubat, attacked by Cheesefat, attacked by Backchat, attacked by a Kit Kat, so I decide to catch one. It's a flying type, so might as well give some greater depth to the squad. I decided to call her Sucker. Stabby evolved into a Pharaoh and we picked up a Helix fossil, just so we could teach him about sharing. Time to fight Snacks again and it's already sounding like a Weight Watchers meeting. Luckily Stabby is up to the challenge alone at level 20. He quickly dispatches the team with Fury attack clearing Pidgeotto, Rattata and Squirtle, and I let Sucker finish off Abra. Snacks then gave me a fame checker. It was almost as disappointing as my YouTube analytics. I helped Jeff Goldblum with an experiment and got tickets to a cruise which promised to stop at Jurassic Park. I fought against Misty with no strategy except attack. It worked well with only 66% casualties. Stabby put in a lot of the work and Smushums cleared up for the win. An old man told me about unspeakable things he does to his pet horse. I told him I would rather have a bike ticket and quickly left. I then traded off my spare Spearow for a Farfetch called Chading. I went to fight Snacks on the ship. I opened up with Chading, who levelled easily from boosted XP. He took down Pidgeotto and Raticate but fell to newly evolved Kadabra. Sucker gets sucker punched and Stabby comes in to clean up the rest. The captain couldn't tell me where he'd place his rubber duck and I missed the boat to Jurassic Park. I befriended an Oddish named Jerry and took on Lieutenant Search, my next big hurdle. Things started fairly well, with Chading beating both Voltorb and Pikachu, and I thought with the level advantage we would be okay. However, Raichu had other thoughts, and Shockwaved the team down. Luckily, Raichu goes for a Thunder Wave, and we get him to 1 HP. He plays a potion, and we managed to roll a 5 on the Fury attack for the win. We speak to Professor Oak's butler, and head through Diglett's cave, where Sucker evolves into Golbat. I don't get Flash because I only have 9 Pokemon, which means I have to run through Rock Tunnel blind, but I manage after a good 30 minutes. I run over to Celadon and hunt for a Doduo, and catch him and name him Grounded. I gave Bouncers the password for entry, Raid Shadow Legend sucks, and he let me in to take on Giovanni. Our team is slightly beaten up, but Sucker manages to fight through his team quite well with special attack Bite. She fails to take down Kangaskhan, who goes on to kill Smushrooms, but Stabby comes in to save the day again. I taught the only bird who can't fly, and battled Snacks again in Lavender Tower. I start with Grounded, but he's too fresh to do anything, so I opt for Stabby. He takes down Pidgeotto and Growlithe with relative ease, but then gets put to sleep by Execute. I swap to Grounded, who dies, and Chiding steps up to the plate. He kills off Execute with a couple of pecks, and Fury attacks Kadabra. Chiding continues the assault on Wartortle, and pecks for the victory. I take on Erica with my weakest Pokemon, and slam her entire team. Grounded makes short work of all her grass types and evolves shortly afterwards. I head to Fuchsia Town, and hand in some teeth to a man resembling a gummy bear, and then do a spot of fishing. I'm not very good, but I eventually land a Krabby who I name Ride-Along. I then drop off Jerry and pump Ride-Along with a load of HMs. We then head off to get a Soul Badge from Koga. We are beginning to become out-levelled, but I press on anyway. I start off with Chiding and Swords Dance, followed up by a Fury attack to finish off Coughing. He swaps to Muck, who finishes off my Farfetch'd, so I swap to Smushrooms. Secret Power lands a Paralyze, and followed up by a few crits we finish him off. Next is another Coughing. We get the Paralyze off again, but are overcome by a Sludge attack. Sucker seems like a reasonable choice for poison attacks, so I swap to her. She does finish the Coughing off. Out comes Wheezing, and we land a Confused Ray, but even with non-effective attack, he still outdamages us. I swap to Stabby, who is 14 levels lower, not hoping for much, but lands a Secret Power crit and follows up with the kill. Soul Batch collected. I teach a dojo master about aviation combat and refuse to take any of his troops. I was hoping for a Hitmonnorris. We fight Snacks again. We managed to sweep his team with a Swords Danced Farfetch'd. Blastoise gave us some trouble, but we managed to chip him away enough for Grounded to get the kill. Time for Giovanni again. This time with a more juiced team. The fight was handled mostly by Sucker. She Giga Drained her way through the Rhyhorn, who would have destroyed our team otherwise, confused locked Kangaskhan, and walled out Nidoqueen. Sucker then decides to bait me with a surprise evolution that doesn't happen. Smushrooms then evolves into Pidgeotto. We fight Blaine. My team are around level 40ish now, and his Arcanine is only 47, so I think we might as well. The team does a fair job against him, and we pick up the 6th badge because I missed out Sabrina. So we backtrack and embarrass their Psychic team with Pidgeot only. Time for the final badge. I open up with Smushrooms to take Rhyhorn down with Steel Wing. For the second Rhyhorn, I decide to swap into Sucker with the Giga Drain, who one-shots it. Remaining on Sucker, we carry on with Giga Drain against Dugtrio, who we take out in 2. Next is Nidoqueen, so I opt for the same tactic, Confuse Ray and then Air Cutter, and I make complete balls of it and try to confuse her several times while she already is confused, and I pay the price. I send out Grounded with a big Tri-Attack. Next is Nidoking. 2 Tri-Attacks take him down, and we get the 8th badge. We fight Snacks again with an almost completed team and make short work of most of them. His Blastoise massively outlevels the party, but enough chip damage he finally falls. But now it's time for the ultimate challenge. I ready myself as I head up to the Pokemon League, heal up and drop Ride-Along into the PC. Buy lots of items to use between the fights. My team ranges between level 41 and 48, which means it's time to struggle. Lorelei sends out her Dugong and we begin, and I realise instantly I have 0% chance of winning. I manage to eventually take down Dugong, and then Slowbro eventually falls, but Jinx one-shots my last Pokemon and I lose. Maybe it's just overconfidence. Let's try again. This time I did even worse. There was no way I was spending another 8 hours grinding these fights. I decide it's time for the big guns, so I catch a Thunderbro, Freeze Pop and Flame On and try again. This time, Haracian falls quickly to the wings of Zapdos, who was eventually put to sleep and swapped out, leaving Grounded to battle it out with Cloyster for a lengthy amount of time before one died. Bruno was an easy matchup for my bird squad, and we rolled over him at supersonic speeds, using primarily my non-legendary birds to take the wins against his fighting type Pokemon. Agatha was additionally quite easy. The level advantage of her Pokemon didn't really do her any favours, as they are generally weak defensively. Next up was Lance. I was mainly scared of his Aerodactyl, who could essentially sweep my team if I didn't land a 4x Ice Beam, so I used Thunder Wave and sacked Smushums to set up Freeze Pop for the Ice Beam sweep. Lance didn't use a full restore on Dragonite after he withstood my attack, and we took the big V. On to Snacks. His Pokemon now had a serious level advantage on us, and with his versatile team it was going to be difficult to beat him. Rhydon, Blastoise and Arcanine wrecked my team consistently, so when I did set up for one, he would swap into another and vice versa. Eventually, after multiple runs through the league, as you can tell by the level advancement, we got a good run. I started by taking out Pidgeot swiftly before one-shotting Rhydon with Freeze Pop. Arcanine comes out, so we opt for some chip damage with Stabby and Grounded before he gets off a full restore. I swap to Thunder and land a couple of shockwaves to bring him down. Alakazam comes out and clears Thunder, so I swap to Flame On, who overheats for a swift kill. Then Blastoise is here, and I have no Zapdos. I swap to Freeze Pop and attempt to fly, which tickles him. I decide to try for a lucky freeze, and the second Ice Beam lands it. I keep chipping away and force the full restore, then instantly land another freeze. I manage to chip him down again before he pops another full restore. Out of PP, we use Water Pulse, which hits Confusion, but he takes out Freeze Pop anyway. I swap to Smushums and start the secret power, and land a Paralyze. We then keep up the momentum and chip away with Wing Attack to secure a massive kill. Last up is Executor, and Flame On comes out for the kill, guaranteeing that you can beat Pokemon FireRed as a bird keeper. Thank you for making it this far through the video. Really appreciate you sticking around, and I hope you enjoyed the story of Birdie and her journey to becoming the Kanto League champion. If you did enjoy that, please leave a like and subscribe, it really means a lot. Thanks, see you for now.